Welcome to Introduction to AI and Data Science. I am so glad you are here. If you are worried because you have no background in technology or programming, please take a deep breath. You do not need any prior experience to succeed in this course. We will build your understanding one small step at a time. This collage displays the tools and subjects we will explore. Our goal is to take raw information and turn it into clear insights. You can use these skills in healthcare, business, or your own company. This mind map is our visual roadmap. We start with the historical foundations of organizing information, then move into modern artificial intelligence. On the left, we'll review test questions and a Power BI demonstration, moving from basic definitions into hands-on exercises. We focus heavily on practical application. Rather than getting lost in academic theory, we follow the business model of getting the job done. Long before computers existed, humans needed ways to organize what they knew. We have always sought ways to build an organizational memory, storing our shared experience outside of the human brain. This photograph shows Stonehenge. Ancient structures like this acted as early external repositories, providing a physical model to help plan work and track seasons. By the 20th century, the amount of recorded knowledge grew into a vast ocean of paper. This photo shows a library's wooden cart catalog. Institutions used massive physical indexing systems like this to manage millions of individual facts and documents. This slide shows the burning question for the business world in the second half of the 20th century. People asked, how do we control all the information we are getting? And how do we use it to make the best decisions on what to do? To answer that question, early computer scientists built machines to process large amounts of records. Here you see an operator working at an IBM mainframe computer. This is where modern data processing began. Today, data science is simply the modern version of this very old human habit. We are still taking overwhelming amounts of information and finding clear direction inside of it. So, what exactly is data? In the simplest terms, data is just information. It is numbers, words, clicks on a website, purchases at a store, and readings from a thermometer. This graphic shows what we call the Internet of Things. Today, everyday objects like your mobile phone, your home appliances, and even your clothing have sensors. They are constantly talking to each other and recording information over the network. In this diagram, you can see a car connected to the central network. Driverless cars are a perfect example. They constantly pull maps and traffic updates from massive distant computers connected by the internet, while their sensors send their speed and location right back. Every time you search for directions, buy something online, or post a photo on social media, you leave a digital trail of information. Because this information is generated everywhere, all the time, organizations sit on a goldmine. They just need people with the right skills to dig it up. When organizations look at that goldmine, they use two main approaches. The first is data analytics. This is the practice of looking at historical information to understand what happened in the past, like checking a report of last year's sales. The second approach is data science. Data scientists take those past insights and build complex predictive models to estimate what will happen in the future. This Venn diagram shows how the data scientist role overlaps with a big data engineer. A data scientist sits right at the intersection of statistics, computer programming, and business expertise. They use tools like machine learning to ask the right questions. This image illustrates the wide variety of tools and sources available today. Data scientists have to be creative. They design mathematical rules to pull together unorganized information from all these different places into one clear picture. If we think about business like a sport, data analytics tells you the final score of yesterday's game. Data science helps you predict the final score of tomorrow's game. We use the term big data to describe information that moves so fast and comes in such a massive variety of forms that it requires special tools to manage. This graphic shows four main challenges. There is volume, or how much space the data takes. There is variety, meaning a mix from numbers to video pixels. There is velocity, or how fast data arrives. And veracity, which means data can be messy. This diagram shows big data as a central hub feeding into analytical tools. Artificial intelligence systems act as an engine connected to this hub. They read the data, learn patterns, and make automated recommendations, like Netflix suggesting a movie you might enjoy. A lot of this information is unorganized, like the raw text inside a doctor's medical notes, or the individual color pixels in a security video. Modern computers are now powerful enough to read and categorize this messy information. Artificial intelligence is simply the tool that allows us to find meaning inside that massive volume and speed. Right now, organizations in every industry, from healthcare to banking to retail and government, are looking for people who can help them make decisions based on facts rather than guessing. This slide shows the major sources of information that companies want to understand. They need help analyzing data from software applications, machine sensors, social networks, and internal enterprise documents. This creates massive professional opportunities across the board. This is a photo of Amazon founder Jeff Bezos back in 1999. When you feel unsure about starting something new, look at this picture. Everyone starts at the beginning. In this class, there is nothing to be afraid of. We celebrate progress. You do not need to be a software engineer to use these ideas. Even non-technical office roles now require an understanding of how to read information. The person who can understand data is the person who gets hired. You are entering a world full of complex data, and this course is where you learn to find the patterns that matter. See you Monday morning. Bring your curiosity.